Welcome to another episode of Poker Time. We are continuing our 5-10 cash game.
Why'd you say it like that?
What do you mean? What did I say it like?
Game.
That's not how I said it at all.
Rewind the tape.
There is no
Tilda.
tape. There's no tape.
Tilda is buying a Birkin bag. Busy.
Anyway, D-Train's going to fold. D-Train working that stack back up now. And
The comeback story. That's what everybody loves to see. Here's Danny. He's a factor.
down to Stewart, who's going to defend with the Queen 7 off.
The computer hand, they used to call it.
That's correct. Is Danny going to c-bet on this board? He is not.
Interesting card for Danny.
Yep. He's probably going to be able to bet now. And Stewart is up and away, baby. I mean, he left. He's out. He folded.
Why? Okay.
Why did I say that?
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
So the first time I ever went to Las Vegas was in 2003, and I was nervous about going, and I had two grad school friends I was going to go with, and we were going to play blackjack. And so my friend had a Telly Savalas video about how to play blackjack, and we watched it, and one of the things he says, anytime you're uncomfortable at the table, you're just up and away, baby. You can just get up and leave the table whenever you want. You don't have to stay if you don't like it. And so now it's in the lexicon.
We don't need it in the lexicon. The lexicon is crowded.
It's part of the lexicon now. I'm sorry. It's just part of the culture.
All right, Alex is going to open Jack 9 suited without any sort of Superman reference.
K6 defending, two cards of some sort. Two tens.
Wow, no 3-bet.
He flops the flush draw and the best hand.
Easy call.
He's not folding. This
He's
isn't
just
real.
going to check for a spade there.
Boy, I felt the way he took the chip off, I
Yeah.
thought he was folding even.
Me too.
He fooled us all. You don't have to raise. No.
Oh,
No, he did fold.
Oh, dear.
How is it possible?
Oh,
I don't
K6.
understand anything anymore.
Okay, 6.
So when he took the chip off, maybe he was really like, I should fold, and then thought more about it.
I have played a decent amount with K6 way back in the day. We used to play a lot of tournaments together, and I saw the chip move a lot when I wanted him to fold, and then I realized it was him. I was like, oh, he's going to put the chip back on, and he's going to call.
Yeah.
So I really thought that was going to happen this time.
I can't believe it didn't. Well, he's going to watch this video with a little bit of regret.
I think he probably knows that already. I mean,
Right now, as we're watching him on the
Yeah.
video, you think he knows it?
yeah, I think he knows
Like, I
that.
probably shouldn't have folded those two tens with the 10 of spades.
Yeah.
Can call once. Don't have to keep calling. Yeah. Stewart not going to let this one go for free.
Big uh-oh. 75.
Yep. You want to play, it's going to cost you. Alex is the only one who could really consider calling here. Alex likes to limp, but he does call. Okay, I thought he might fold the 6-5 suited, but nope.
What do you think about Joseph's overcall in the cutoff with ace-4 off? I'm curious.
When Alex is limping, I would prefer just a raise against Alex's very wide limping range.
Yeah.
But I
but
can understand calling where you think you're going to have the button a lot, essentially,
right,
against
and you get to
these
see a
players.
flop with a hand that rates to be better than the original limper's hand at
Yeah.
least.
And, like, you don't mind playing, and if you want to play pots against the blinds also, which
Hey, check
I
it
would
out.
guess he does.
Stewart has made the nuts.
Wow. Amazing. By the way, Alex is open-ended,
Yep.
so this could get him in some real trouble here. Real trouble.
It is only one card to come, so Stewart could price him out here depending on Alex's proclivities to chase.
Let's see how much Stewart bets. There's 305 in there.
Not a ton to be afraid of, Stewart. It's a pretty great spot.
Oh, he goes really big.
Ooh.
Understandably.
Might get a fold here.
I think this is going to fold that, Alex. Alex can really only raise her. Oh, and he calls.
Okay.
Oh, Alex, you better not
You
hit.
better not hit, man.
The miracle 4 or the 9 is going to be death. Okay.
He's got like pretty
Phew.
as close to the nut low as you can usually get in these spots.
I mean, he might want to turn his hand into a bluff.
I mean, I guess it is the nut low.
He has a pot-sized bet that card pairing is probably better for him. Still. What's he
Yeah,
supposed to even have? 7-3
I
suited?
mean, Stewart's
that
not
doesn't
gonna
make any sense.
Stewart's not going to be thrilled for a second if Alex moves in, but he will certainly
He's
call.
always calling.
Yeah.
Stewart's going to move in for sure here, right? Unless he bets super tiny, but I expect him just to move in. After getting called that chunky bet on the turn, you think you might get called by like ace-jack here, right?
You think he's got a jack? I don't know if moving in is good against a jack. I kind of like more of a half pot bet if you're targeting a jack.
Stewart does
he goes,
move in.
He goes all in. Obviously, Alex is wasting everybody's time now.
Yep. This is officially time wasting, but okay, it's done. He's like, well, I was probably going to lose even if he checked, since I have 6 high.
Yeah. Actually plays the board, but you know. That's how it goes.
Alex is like,
Hey, were you guys curious what the show's called? If you ever are questioning what you're watching, just take a little look at the bottom of the screen.
it's moving slowly. I like how it's moving backward, by the way. Why is it moving backward?
You know,
That's the opposite way it's supposed to be going, right?
Yeah, that's
Am I
a
not crazy?
that's a Western like racist ideology that you're.
It's
spouting
true,
right
actually. You read Hebrew the other way.
Yeah.
Alex with kings but folds. That can't be true. He's raising. Alex is like, of course it can be true, but I had 6 high. That's gonna be Alex's
now. Wow,
new
Stewart
thing.
just folded ace-9 suited.
Was it? Oh, really? Suited. Well, Alex made it 65.
Yeah, he made it too much.
Yep. Well, I think he was trying to fold out hands just like that.
Well, he's not going to fold out Danny's 8-4 suited because it's Danny.
Yeah. Oh, Danny would love it so much. Danny would love just to make a pair.
Danny would love a pair.
Yeah.
Be so fun for Danny. Hey,
Well-
that's the type of flop that Danny's like, this is all me, baby.
Check raise time.
I am check raising 900% of the time.
It's
here.
a good time to check raise.
It is. It's an excellent time.
I
to
mean,
check raise.
obviously, when Alex has kings, I don't think it's going to work out. But
I mean, it's automatically scary. Oh, Danny just calls. That's a bit
well,
surprising.
Danny has some 7s that he's going to play like this, and Danny gets there. Alex with
Checks.
4 outs here.
We're just going to watch Danny because, you know.
He checks again. Alex checks it right back, and
Ooh,
a 4th
bad-
heart, and
bad
Danny doesn't even
card.
like his hand anymore so much.
There's
And he goes
Danny
check,
then.
check. Boy, that could have been all the marbles there with a raise on the flop or even a bet on the turn. They might get it all in sometimes.
Yeah, if Danny raises on the flop, he's going to win a really big pot. It's possible, unlikely, but possible that Alex 3-bet shoves the flop and Danny actually folds. That could happen.
Oh, I guess it's possible, not very likely.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, when I say they might get it all in on the turn, that means Danny has to lead and Alex has to raise all in.
Yeah. not
Or
happening.
it has to go check raise and Alex has to call and all in effectively.
It's really the flop.
It's asking a lot.
The flop check raise is what would have gotten
That
it
would have
big.
done it, yeah. Anyway, Danny did get to win at least. And Alex has a story to tell everyone.
That's what you want.
Yeah, he can't use his but I had 6 high joke, but that's okay. K6 with the ace-8 off.
It's going to, I mean, if you're folding 10s on the 3-spade board, king high, I don't know what you're hoping for with ace-8 off.
Ace, 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 baby. 8, 8, 8. Club, 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 club. That'll do it.
Yeah.
6 clubs will do it. That will not. That is not your flop there. Danny likes it again.
Danny and Joseph both have a little something.
Yep. When it checks through, Danny's betting. Oh, Danny even makes the best hand. My goodness.
Danny's world, and we're all living in it.
That's going to do it.
I can't see Stewart calling.
No way. And K6, this would be optimistic. Again, if you're going to fold the 2 10s, how do you call with ace 8
Yeah.
there? Also, you're behind this time. So there's that.
You got it. Good point.
Thanks, man.
That's why you're one of the poker guys.
I'm one of the poker guys. How many poker guys are there?
There are theories, but nobody knows for sure.
Yeah. It's like pi. No
Right.
one knows what pi is.
Yeah.
The number pi.
Yeah. You can
It's
can
like
guess.
2 something or 4,
Somewhere
3
between
something.
2.5 and 5.
Yeah, it's like 3 point, and it goes on forever, and no one knows. That's all. Hey, there's a straddle on the button.
Sydney limps the small blind with 7-6 suited. I'm a little surprised to see that. Maybe
I assume he's not folding to a
he
raise.
just thinks it's a good enough hand to continue
Yeah.
against a raise.
Maybe also he's got some limpery raising hands, and so he can have some limp calling hands, and even some limp folding hands if he's got some limpery raising
Yeah.
hands. That's an open ender for Sydney. Top pair for D-Train.
Middle pair for Alex. Bottom pair by middle pair, I mean.
Did D-Train bet? He did. Sydney ain't folding. We know that. Is he going to play this aggressively?
Yep, looks like a raise.
Is it 200?
400.
Wow.
Really trying to get it through.
He's saying if you don't have aces up, you got to fold.
It's going to work.
That was a very large bet.
And he shows it.
Yep. Sydney pretty aggressive. Okay, so Alex with the there's a straddle on the button, in case you're wondering what's up.
And Alex folds the king queen off with a small blind. I mean, that's kind of what we've been advocating, but I don't know. You can probably call king queen. Or
I think this is
raise
a
it.
7-handed table. You definitely should not be folding.
Yeah.
King queen. I don't think. I wouldn't fold it. Maybe I should say that. I shouldn't say what Alex can do whatever he wants, of course, but I wouldn't fold that.
K6 gonna make it 50.
Yep. It's a 2.5x raise.
Danny, of course, is going to play.
He's got the 6-5 and position, and he's Danny.
It's
The
Danny.
Manny. Wow, King Queen would have been a pretty good flop. I'm just saying. Danny not folding.
Unbelievable. This guy
Wow.
is the Terminator. He will not quit. I guess we've already had a Terminator on the show, but
And Danny checks it back.
What is going on? Why check back?
I don't understand anything.
Doesn't that feel like a really good card to bluff on if you're going to float?
Yes.
You can rep Jack 10 now.
I don't understand. Does Danny have a different hand than we think?
That must be what's going on. It has to be that.
I don't even know what he's showing. We can't see it. It's very confusing. Danny must have a different hand.
Yeah, it can't be 6-5.
Maybe like a queen or something. That makes sense, right?
He would have never, ever called 6-5 on the flop and then not bet the perfect turn card.
Yeah. Agreed.
Way to go, Tilda.
Tilda Swinton.
Really
Failing everyone
Killing it
again.
with the graphics. Don't hire celebrity interns.
I'm busy practicing for my movie.
Great.
No one cares, Tilda. No one sees those movies.
Everybody sees this.
There's your limp on the button from Alex. I can see he wants to play a lot of pots with Stuart and Joseph.
Looks like
And
it.
he does. Everyone flops something, and Alex does flop best.
Congratulations to Alex. He's our winner so far. Collect $25 from Stuart and move on.
Probably going to go check here. And will a good card come on the river? It will not. Stuart decides not to go for value. I like it. And it goes check. And sorry, Stuart. How does that feel? Not good, it looks like.
Were you trying to do like a sorry, John from Rounders?
No, I wasn't, but I wish I was now.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. I was just living my life.
Oh, okay. Here's the cumulative winnings. Look at that. K6 atop
Killing
the
it.
mountain.
Alex, way at the bottom right now, but still a long way to go.
Anything can happen, baby. That was me being Scotty Wynn.
Oh, it's a really good impression.
Thanks.
Scotty Wayne. You call it all over, baby.
Yeah. Everybody knows that one.
That's a classic. It's one of the most famous things ever said in poker.
Yeah.
This is a pretty hand for D-Train.
D-Train? Made
It's
it
a raise?
75.
Did he really?
Yeah, he made it 75.
Whoa. Well, he does get to win the $15. Wow.
That's a significant bump to his stack. And we have returned.
It feels great to be back. I'm not going to lie
Yeah.
anymore.
It's like when you haven't been to your favorite grocery store for like a month.
And you're like, the
Yeah.
produce section is just where I remember it being.
Yeah, and then your favorite cashier is there. You don't actually talk to them. You don't
no.
know their name.
But
And you spit on them because they're below you. But
that's why you love them.
yeah,
Because you can spit on
it's
them.
like that.
Great. Really give us a glimpse into how the 1% live.
I just described the normal day for everybody, didn't I?
Not for the cashier.
Well, the cashier doesn't have a grocery store they go to and spit on a different cashier?
Not always.
Oh, okay. I'm learning.
Stuart with the best hand. He's going to bet on this wet board, and that is
Not
going to get a
over.
call. We do have a gut shot for D-Train. It comes right in.
The D-Train.
And Stuart turns open-ended. He's probably just going to check this one back,
Yeah,
though,
I
now.
don't see a
It's not a
reason to
good
bet.
card for him. D-Train has to bet for value, but he checks instead, and
Oops.
hoping to get Stuart to bluff at it. That didn't happen.
Oopsie poopsie.
Stuart might have bet a good jack on the river, but
Maybe.
definitely a queen. Never a 9.
But he wouldn't call a check raise with those hands, so you might as well bet yourself.
It's a great point.
Set your price.
It's a great point. I mean, if you think he's got a lot of bluffs, but he didn't bet the turn, so he probably doesn't have that many bluffs.
It's not really a run out for that many bluffs.
Yep.
There's a nice hand on the button for K6.
Really?
Looks like he's making it 45.
Okay.
Ooh, D-Train with a slightly nicer hand.
And he moves it right in.
This is Coolerville.
355.
You just can't be folding this if you're K6. It's going to suck, but I think you got to make the call.
It's what? It's 35 blinds total and only 31 blinds to call with ace queen.
In these positions.
This guy, D-Train, can absolutely have 2 8s here and 2 9s. I mean, I don't think he ever has ace jack, which sucks a little, but I think you should fold. I mean, call. I certainly agree. You just got to put the money in here.
It might suck to lose, but it's all about expected value, and it's got to be plus EV to call at this price.
Yeah. You have to know he's super tight to be able to fold this for this price specifically. Is Bryce going to be able to make the perfect soul read here
Of course,
and get away?
By Bryce, you mean K6.
Yep. He does make the
Wow.
perfect soul read.
Hey, you know, I would have called, and I would have likely lost that money. So
Alex said, I would have called, but I had 6 high. Because he's still doing that thing from before.
Uh-huh.
He's going to do it the whole episode, I'm telling you right now.
That's great.
Yeah.
Everybody's excited about that. It's like when they re-released Suicide Squad. Everybody was like, I can't wait.
Re-release Suicide? You mean the new Suicide
Yeah.
Squad movie?
Whatever. I don't know whatever they called what they did.
It was a soft reboot. It's
Soft-
not a re-release.
When they soft rebooted Suicide Squad, everyone's
It's
like,
a
yeah,
re-release.
Give me some more of these people creating movies.
Excuse me,
Thanks a lot.
James Gunn did this soft reboot, and it was good. And he's the guy who does Guardians of the Galaxy, which you love.
Oh, I struck a nerve.
So when you say these people,
I struck a nerve.
who are these people? All right, here we go. D-Train with Ace King again. Alex just limping the 8s.
Are we going to get it in here?
Danny does fold. Wow, Danny, interesting the way he has. He's got a real read of the vibe.
He vibes it.
Yep. Alex is going to find the call, and here we go.
Gotta go with more flops than just an 8 if you're going to call against D-Train stack. Maybe not this flop, but you know.
Yeah, not this flop. But yes, you're right. A 10 high flop, maybe just a jack high flop you may have to go with. D-Train building it up.
Yeah, you know, the comeback story, everybody loves it.
I think I can.
It's like Russell Crowe in Gladiator. You know, there was a moment where he had like all the spit coming off his mouth when he was kissing the foot
Yeah.
of his dead kid,
Mhm.
his dead wife. That was D-Train. About like an hour and a half ago in poker time.
But doesn't Russell Crowe die at the end of Gladiator?
Wow, spoilers. Thanks. Sure.
dies.
But first he, has a bigger effect on society than anybody could have imagined. And that's what D-Train is hoping to do before dying.
Fair enough. See if D-Train can pick up another big hand. Not bad. Just got a lot of limpers here to Danny's straddle, and Danny says, "Ha ha! I actually have a hand. I can raise. I'm Danny." Alex is going to call. That has to bring K6 in with that pretty hand. And D-Train's going to close the action and call as well for just 45 more. Can't really blame him. Even with
this could be a D-Train time right here.
Yeah.
This is the type of hand against these hands.
It's a kind of a porker of a hand, but can't blame him for calling here. And a good flop. He's short enough that a good flop he should just go with.
Yep.
And that's not a good flop.
That's not the one because, Danny made a set of 8s.
Yep. No one else. Oh, I mean, I guess K6 has something and Alex has something too.
Yeah.
They've got some straight draws. D-Train checks his watch as he checks his hand.
Which is a tell.
Danny bets 205 with his set. And here we go.
I don't think Alex will continue with 2 players behind in the bottom end of the
You
straight.
were right. He didn't continue. Ha ha. I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Thank you. K6 calls too with his gut shot.
No, he didn't. He folded.
Oh, it said call.
It's wrong.
Okay.
I watched him fold.
He folded. Hey,
Bink, bank, bonk.
bad news for Danny. Good news for Alex.
Danny still has some equity, of course.
Yes.
K6 not in this pot, so don't be fooled by anything.
Ever.
Is Alex going to just lead here?
I wouldn't hate that, honestly. I think it'll be okay.
Oh,
Oh, he moves in.
Danny, of course, calls right away with his set, and we got bad news for Danny.
Well, he does have equity.
28%,
And he
and
gets
he-
there. Wow.
Too bad for Alex.
Yeah, that hurts.
In fairness, he was way behind Danny on the flop.
It's not like
But hey.
it's not like Danny played it poorly or anything.
No,
or
everyone played it fine.
there was no deserving or undeserving there. It's just unfortunate the way poker works sometimes.
Yep. Sometimes that's just a cooler spot where someone's going to get stacked.
And the beast has been awoken. Everybody better look out a little bit here. Danny gets on a roll. He's going to start putting the pedal to the metal a lot of the time.
I think we should call Danny the Kraken. I think that's a good nickname.
That's
for
a pretty
him.
good nickname.
Yeah.
We had a nickname for him earlier that Stuart
Crazy
had.
Danny?
No, it was
Oh.
like the factor or something like that. It was something along those lines.
The dynamic.
A dynamic.
Yeah, the dynamic. That is good. You see, Alex has just been made to disappear. He no longer exists.
He could be buying more chips.
He could be. I don't know. I feel like that's it for Alex.
Yeah.
Something tells me we won't see him again. But we've got to, if not, we have a whole list of players who can come up and replace him.
He
So
was already a big loser before that hand, right? So that might be it for him.
you can also see where you're like, I guess it's not my night
Yeah.
when that happens, right?
Yeah.
He just open shoved also, like
Yeah.
2x pot or something.
And he had the nuts. And he got called.
Did. It's a pretty good spot, except when, it's
Yep.
not at all a good spot. Anyway.
That sucks, But it is poker. And here comes the Kraken to take your money.
Yeah.
Kraken, historically are known to love money.
Both players flop a queen. So Joseph raised the queen-9 suited from the big blind. Interesting. Now, we are only 7-handed.
6-handed now.
6-handed now. That's true. Still slightly ambitious.
Although the seventh person that left was, acting
first
before
act,
him,
yeah,
so it
so
didn't
it's-
actually make a difference.
It's the same. Also, Sydney on the straddle is going to defend pretty hard, I would think, a lot of the time.
Danny's kicker does play here, but I don't see him going for value.
No, that king makes it really tough to go for value. On a small card, he might have. Danny wins again.
Joseph flipping his hand over, hoping somehow it's a chop, but it's not.
Danny could have some weird stuff. It's
Well,
Danny.
he flipped it over after Danny flipped it over. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, well, that's different. Now, Danny, the big winner.
Yep.
T-Train, the big loser. And once again, we have made Alex.
Disappear.
Yes, he
As
is
you
no
can
longer
see, the
in
red
the
doesn't
system.
add up to the green because Alex is the rest of the green.
That's right. For the rest of the red.
Well, if you're actually adding up the numbers, he's the rest of the green.
Well, okay. Except he wouldn't be green.
No
Would
kidding. I'm saying his money makes up the rest of the green. How about that? Does that work for you?
It does. Thank you for saying it that way. Finally. You get paid to talk, right? And yet you had to explain that 4 times.
I haven't been paid. You've been getting paid?
I meant paid in gratitude and
yeah, of course.
appreciation.
Yeah.
There's no money. Obviously, no one would pay for this. Anyway, Danny opens. Stuart defends. Here we go. Some suited hands. Oh, hello, everybody. We have some stuff here.
A little bit of something for everybody. I could see Danny getting in real trouble here if a diamond comes, deciding to rep the draw that he doesn't have.
Yep. Will Stuart just raise this right now? Nope, not on that board. Bingo, bango, bongo, and Danny turns double gutted.
Yeah, he really could bet again because he could rep the diamonds and because he's double gutted now. I think
He should.
I expect to bet.
I would want to. Oh, but Stuart's just going to lead this, and Danny can't fold.
Probably not.
No way.
115. Yeah.
No way.
Probably got a call once, but it sucks. He could be drawing dead, and he is drawing dead.
If he hits and Stuart puts in a big bet, it really starts to suck. You probably have to call if you hit, but it sucks.
Against a guy like Stuart, yeah.
Well, luckily, that's a great card for Danny.
Yep.
Stuart's almost certainly going to check now, right?
Yeah,
So
I
he
don't
has a
see-
lot of ace
Danny
of
could
diamonds
easily
here.
have the ace of diamonds or the king of diamonds.
In
even.
fact, this also sets up a nice spot for Danny to bluff, assuming Stuart checks. I
Yeah.
guess Stuart could go for like sort of a blocking bet kind of a thing, but I expect a check out of him. Yeah, there it is.
Danny has
Oh,
the
Danny just checks it
second,
back.
second nut low, but he does check it back. Well, not the second nut low, but close enough,
When Stuart checks there, you got a lot of opportunity. Now, is Stuart really going to fold? I don't know. But
Against Danny, no.
I mean, what does Danny have that he calls the turn with
He's
and then
Danny,
bombs over?
man.
Yeah, as we see.
Stuart's gonna,
Yeah, it was
play the
jack
way that
high.
he thinks is correct, and I believe he would agree that it would be correct to call
Yeah.
Danny. Maybe
think you're
maybe
probably
most
right.
players at the table you fold, but
What do you do if Danny bombs it, though? Danny is capable of going one and a half X pot, 2X pot
you
there.
just like puke in your mouth and figure it out. I guess.
Yeah, I don't think it's an auto call there, but any kind of reasonable bet,
Yeah.
I think he has to
Oh,
call.
D-Train's gonna limp queens.
Ooh, tricky.
Really trying to get that full double here. He's gonna run into the 7-8 suited, which gets to limp, which is
Pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Pretty good deal for 7-8 suited. And, well,
As
okay.
you see, 7-8 suited, a dangerous hand for queens here.
A jack would be interesting. Oh, but 7-8
Ooh.
suited just comes in and is the nuts and will win this hand.
D-Train is checking.
Oh, D-Train's in trouble.
He might just call.
He looks unhappy about it. He does call, and
Well, the king is probably going to slow him down a little bit, too.
Joseph
Gotta
going
call.
for value.
Gotta
Yep.
call. Gonna get the bad news.
Let's see if we get a head shake while he folds. Nope. Just understands he lost. No big deal. That's cool.
Just, that numbness that you feel.
I mean, when you limp there, probably if he raises, he's getting called anyway. But when you limp there, you're asking for this kind of a thing to happen some of the time, right? That's
Yeah.
part of the price of deception.
Right? It's not always going to work out, or else poker would be a little too easy.
Yep. So we're going to straddle the button. So we're playing a 5, 10, 20 pot here. Let's go.
Don't say go like that.
What do you mean?
Like
Like
Pauly Shore in the 90s.
Like Pauly Shore in the 90s.
America at its greatest. Encino Man.
Well, E-Train with some diamonds as well.
E-Train? Who's that?
He's my friend Eric.
Ah.
We call him E-Train. He's a diamond seller, so he's got diamonds as well as D-Train. Oh, my goodness. Let's do it one time. I know there's 7 diamonds dead. There's only 6 left, but let's do it.
Then there's one of them.
That's not enough. I need more. No one has anything, so we're often going to see a free turn card. No, we're not.
Stewart's going to bet. He does have 2 back doors.
Yep.
Can rep the 6.
I think that's what's up. Also, in a limp pot like this, generally people are going to bet their 6s anyway. And even sometimes they're queens.
Usually they're queens, I would think.
Stuart also has probably the most 6s. Everyone else chose to limp in. Stuart was just given any 2 cards there.
True.
It is true, Grant. It's a fact.
You don't have to elaborate on that when I say true, and it's just that's the end of the conversation. We can be done.
Yeah, I got a couple people on the line.
Alex would think we could be done too. But he had 6 high. See what I'm doing there?
You're trying to become the most annoying man in the world. Is that,
Trying. Obviously failing.
I mean, Mike Mattisau's out there. It's tough.
Hey, Danny with the aces. Is that 60? And
That's a disappointing result.
no money.
Disappointing result for Danny.
Yep.
Build up all that reputation.
Look like you're just
Although
bullying the limper.
it's okay. You'll take that and the board pairing when you had the 8s. That combo, you'll take that.
Absolutely. Look at the big picture. Zoom out, as they say. Who's they? Who says that?
Annoying people on the internet.
The Winklevoss twins.
Yes, they do.
We're going to raise it up to 40.
D-Train.
That's a good hand, D-Train. Let's put in a 3-bet right now.
He might just go all in. Yep. Chucks him in like he
Not
doesn't
unreasonable.
care.
Oh, hello.
Looks like we're getting called here. And D-Train, this could be the beginning of a real comeback.
Yeah.
Here if he wins this one,
Yeah.
which he has a 79% chance to do.
This is a great spot.
Pull their cards in. They're both all in, right? Yeah, pull them in each corner and then run the flop. It's just better. I haven't been able to tell you that yet, but I just want to catch this. That way we can see it. You can flip them both up.
Keeping those face down, I don't know why.
Because,
We
of
always do it
things.
at poker time. They always go up. Yeah.
All right,
Here we
we're
go.
going to take a look and see if
Alright.
D-Train gets to win.
Oh,
Oh,
he's not
Jack on
gonna
the
win.
flop.
Devastating.
The comeback kid is
Oh,
gone.
that's terrible. And we are gone as well. That's going to do it for this episode of Poker Time. We'll see you next week for more.
Choo-choo, D-Train.